Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming. We are back here in City Skylines, and it's been a little bit of time since I've actually recorded, since I did do a bulk of episodes in the last recording session. But a few things have changed, and oh, that is back to its usual business. Yes, indeed, crime rate is too high. Yeah, this is a problem with some of these custom buildings. I really don't know the cause. I haven't really looked into it any further, but certain things have changed since I was last here, and why is that not getting power? Anyway, this is one of the new additions, and yeah, it's a cemetery complex. Basically, yeah. I went a little crazy. Well, maybe not a little crazy, but it's where all the dead come to, well, die. It's not quite central. I wanted to find an open space like this, and originally I had it just in this small area, but then, since I couldn't really find much of a use for the space, I decided to extend the cemetery across the tracks. And I didn't move the tracks because it's kind of integrated with how Charleston is as a city. Anyway, I laid out some grids here, and unlike everything else I've done, yes indeed, I did something that I probably wouldn't normally do, and oh, of course, can't forget this. I decided to expand this into a full-blown seafront. Unfortunately, at least at the time I did this, obviously we don't have much in the way of variety of models for seafronts and seawalls and stuff like that. So until other buildings come available where we can place down and make it a little bit more different, I decided, yeah, we're going to do that. This is not going to be a high density, high commercial area like up there, but it is going to be, you know, the core of the city. It is called Old Charleston, or rather South Charleston, and mostly the grid, if you call it that, was built based on a variety of different lines. For instance, these roads here are based on 90 degrees from this road. These are, of course, based on this. This one is, well, this is 90 degree. These were, of course, based on this line. And, yeah, pretty much I ran roads in different directions and found ways to connect things up that made it look, as far as I'm concerned, aesthetically pleasing without looking chaotic and random. And this I would consider to be a little bit more organic. We can, consider that this road may have gone through here once, and over time the road got removed, it got rerouted, things like that. Same with, here. And that's what tends to happen in cities. Roads will get changed, adapted, adjusted, moved, and it usually over decades rather than, the time frame that you typically play in this game. But, yeah, I laid out different roads and different angles, and this, I've decided, is going to be the home of Charleston's primary university campus. As you see, I've districted it out. And I've put a lot of interesting things in here. I've used all the various University of Illinois buildings from that wonderful collection, and just, spaced them out into a kind of campus area. I have a couple of dorm rooms. These are the ones, 50 students, just to fill in the place a bit with something that goes with the kind of area. And if I find more interesting university assets, and if you're watching this and you find something that would fit in here, let me know. I'd be interested in adding it to here, or if the author of these makes some more items from the University of Illinois to add to his collection, I would love to throw them in here. And yeah, anyway, I just was looking for the best spot, and I figured, this would be perfect. We have this American football field with the 50-yard line and all that. If this was a Canadian football field, it'd have a 55-yard line. Anyway, here's a soccer field that fits in with the athletic quality of this university campus. We got, of course, the indoor track and field facility, so there is a lot of recreation and other fun stuff here. We got, of course, the baseball field, and if I'm not mistaken, leisure. Oh yes, with all these, they're now loving it. Basically, if we dig through some of these, and yeah, I got a lot of interesting stuff. For my next city, when or if I get around to doing it, we have here like a big events tent, big party tent with pool, lifeguard towers. I'm sure you can probably guess what I'm going to do with those. Anyway, yeah, this here, this one has a pretty decent leisure range. We got the baseball field over here. It has a fairly decent range as well. We got, oh yeah, the indoor track, which is here, and that covers a massive area. Oh yes, it'll be awesome. Cover most of this as well. And anything else I got here? Dog park, nope. There is, yep. These are kind of cool fisherman docks where you can put them on, and they actually not really clip to the or snap to the. They're kind of like the what is it? The water pumps, where they kind of adjust to the coastline. So it would be sweet. I didn't really put them in here because it didn't really fit with the theme that I was going for. And anything else in here? And I really wish we could add custom menus. Oh, these are interesting. 2 lanes and 4 lanes. They're basically overpasses, as you can see by the picture. They overhang a lot, and so, for instance, if we throw this here, you can see that, yes indeed. A little bit different than those, but yeah, it works. So what I could do, right there, and yeah, it overhangs a lot, so you have to be careful there. And there is one for the 4 lanes. So for instance, over here, oh no, I can't put one over our, where is it? Yeah, one in here, right here. So you can have also the wider roads. I just thought that was cool, and I could probably find uses for it, and it'll change things up compared to, you know, the regular standard paths. Anyway, that was a few things, and where was that one? That was also in here, although, yeah, it's called Bra for some reason, but it is a football field. It's fairly big, and I'm not going to bother putting it down because I already have one down there. And I thought about putting some like other big stadiums in here, but they just didn't kind of fit. And so I've decided for the most part this is probably going to be a parkway green space. And I could make it a 4-lane, or not 4-lane, 3-lane highway, but for now it is just going to be a 2-lane one-way. And that's primarily just to, you have your 3-lane highway coming in this way, and then, you know, they can go off, and it just trails down into 2 lanes until you get to here. And I just extended this here. I didn't bring it going back the other way, but there is a one-way going that way. And yeah, this is another main route. It's like your main drag with a lot of commercial, I believe I have here. Yep. And this is just one way, except for this section. And I'm definitely loving it. Although, yeah, the ground is a little low, or a little high here, so I'm going to have to fix that, drop it down just a bit. But overall, I'm loving how the city is coming along. And yeah, when I was doing all this, I was like, should I record it? I don't really want to do a whole bunch of time lapse and other stuff, and like this stuff, trying to work details out like this. I am OCD and I need to be precise. It needs to look right to me. So if I do it all on camera, it's going to be many hours that you probably are not going to want to see. Of course, at the same time, I don't want this series to become a kind of a show and tell. Hey, this is what I did last time I was off camera. Because that is not necessarily what I want the series to be. So I'm going to have to try to find a balance. Anyway, let me know what you think, what you would like to see. But I just wanted to cover all that. We currently have a goal, and it is episode 45, and yeah, we're not even Metropolis yet. We have 35,000 people, and we are going to look to push that over that number in order to get another 2x2 area and planes. Where would we want to, that's the question, where would we want to build the airport? Well, not down here. And we know that the map only goes one out like that. You know what, if I can, that's, what if I were to build an airport out there? What I'm thinking of doing, I had built a harbor here. I'm going to build another harbor here. I'll see if it's going to work. And I have, as one of the pre-purchase, I believe it is, or deluxe pack, throw the Statue of Liberty on here. It's not going to do much for me, but aesthetically, I think it's on an island. The Statue of Liberty out on an island off the coast of Charleston. It's just, yeah, how it is. Anyway, we have, I thought about putting it up here, but it made more sense over there, I think. Maybe not. Anyway, enough of that. Let's see. Alright, so we want to raise our population, get it from the current 35,000, I can look down here, 35,000 to 46,000. Yeah, 46,000. Alright, so in order to do that, we are going to need population, and population, we got plenty of residential demand, so this is going to be good. Now, I want to keep some seats open just in case I find some more useful or interesting university buildings, but how do I want to do this? First of all, alright, this is, so what I'm going to do is put residential all along here. Oh, bother. That's why I don't like these kind of layouts. I wonder if I adjust this. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Do it. Something like that to that. And oh. Like that, and like that. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. And so what we can do is, I am going to do a little bit of high density. I think this is one of my district policies. South Charleston has high-rise ban and heavy traffic ban. Centertown just has high-rise ban. High-rise. University of Charleston campus, yeah, it's definitely going to get the high-rise ban. And I don't think it's going to get to heavy traffics, but heavy traffic nonetheless. I will implement the high-rise ban. And yeah, I pretty much turned these off because these are all crazy education buildings. 4,000 capacity, 4,000 capacity, 4,000 capacity. These are 50 each. So that would be 12,000 units of education capacity, even though I only have, was it 1,500 in the city. And right now, education, if we go to budget, I am going to actually drop the education budget right down, like that. And that's going to take effect. Yeah, I really don't want, oh, capacity. That is for, come back here, university. All right, capacity of 1138. So I could probably actually turn universities on. I have a capacity of 500 and capacity of 225. So yeah, we're going to leave it there. I see also that I believe my population has recovered, or at least my uneducated population has recovered. I believe we were down to about 10% at one point, but adding more residential has helped to relieve that. 29% well-educated and educated, 21%. So it's a good balance, although, if I'm not mistaken, not enough workers. These are low density. Oh, yes. They will eventually upgrade. Bacchus Bookstore. Or is that Bookstore Rational? Alright, so yeah. They, so it's just a matter right now of just... There's a fire there. Building is on fire. Steve's Fish Emporium. It's just a matter of getting the level up. But, yeah. Right now, how are these guys doing? 50 Shades of Book Nook. Not enough workers. And it needs low density, or not low density, uneducated workers. So we are going to really crank up the education. And I'm thinking right in here. And this is a building. The Rathaus. It's a building, I believe, from Berlin. A city hall or of some sort. Huh. Guess the author decided to put a lot of solar panels, whether or not that they actually exist. I'll assume for a moment that those are intended. And for those who may have watched my episode where I talked about this, the Aqua Center, Aqua Tower. Yeah, I looked on some pictures of it, and it looks atrocious, the actual building. The effect that he was going for, it was supposed to look like that, but yeah. Words can't describe how ethically, or what's the word? How bad it looks to me. Let's throw in some, yeah, like that. And what I'm going to do actually is, all right, I converted that to one without zoning, so that's what I'm going to do for this, just because of reasons. Oh, bother. Nope. Upgrade that. So yeah, we'll keep all the zoning on these roads. And what I found, if you try to put down, say, not a bus stop, actually no, I think it works with the bus stop. No, you can. No, okay. Yeah, the zoning, if you try to put down, say, a metro on these, you can't. And that has kind of messed me up a few times where I'm like, hey, I want to put down this, and oh, I can't. Alright, so let's get back to zoning. Alright, this is fine. Yeah, we can go with some smaller zoned houses. I'm going to actually... No, that's fine. I hate how it tries to fight over it. So we are just going to... Actually, what I'm going to do... I'm going to leave that open for now. Let's zone in here. And I really wish I could just turn this zoning off to let this prioritize, but we can't. And I am going to put Yeah, commercial along here. It's going to be just be low density. And actually, this I might make a park. So I'm going to actually turn off the zoning for now. And yeah, I said I was going to do residential. Alright, let's zone these in. Like that. Let's get rid of that. And yeah, something like that. And let's let time tick by. I'm going to do this in here. And I'm going to do that. These as well. And I'll put kind of a park space in here. Do that. I am going to mix a little bit of high density in here. Let's throw in, say, right here and here. I'll put high density here and here. I'll put a high density commercial there, and oh, yeah, this is the main route, so no, you are not getting zoned. Sorry, buddies. Yeah, I'm going to do commercial in here. One strip of it. Let's actually put the... No, that one's fine. I will also fill in this spot because we can. Here as well. And along here. Nope. We'll leave that out. Going to want to do this as well. Alright, that will help with that demand, and just to spread out the population just a bit, I am going to zone in more residential over here. I am going to zone in, I was going to fix that, that's right. If you're wondering what I mean, I wanted to put a path through here. Fortunately, the post was in the wrong spot. And when I was actually watching and editing the last episode, I'm like, oh, I should have put it here just so that that wouldn't be an issue. But we can just make that change like that. No problem at all. Anyway, let's jump back. And what do we have demand for? I can put in some offices. I have a very low office demand, or actually a low number of offices in general. I really need to figure out a plan for that, and I'll probably do it off camera just because it will require me to do some tweaking and other stuff. I'm going to do some offices here and here. I don't know specifically what I want to do there, so I'm not going to touch it quite yet. And I'm not going to have any offices down here just because it doesn't really fit with the area. And yeah, I have no... What I'm going to do is put a little bit of along here. Along a 4x. something like this. Let's put more like that. I'm going to put some commercial down here. And I have, of course, another train station. This one... Yeah, I can't make an easy loop with... where is it? Right here. I have a train that goes like this. You can also have a train that goes over to here. Yeah, my passenger rail is kind of useless. Currently, I have 2,064 people using Metro, and I did extend Metro down here. And let's take a look at it. So, right now, the number 3 line, which is this Harborfront line, 218 passengers, 21 tourists, 40% trip saved. I put 3 vehicles on the line. There is also the number 4 line, which is a university line, and it just connects from there to there. This one connects all the way down to the train station. Then I still have those 2, and yeah, they're 26% trips saved. They are handling a lot of traffic though. 1,047, 1,056 each. So, you know, almost, actually 1,100 people, 1,103 people using that main line. So that is, of course, good. If we look at our buses, I did change things up. I got rid of these kind of useless buses that were here. There were a decent amount of people. And oh yes, that's one of the buses that was there. I don't know why. I deleted it, and it kind of has remained as a ghost line. But that was one of our first bus lines. And instead I decided to run these. And I have basically 6 buses, or actually no, I have 5 buses coming out of this transit terminal. And 2 share this line, 2 share this line. I have my pink one, which is the Downtown Express. It goes from the Charleston transit station all the way out to the harbor area, and it circles around here and then goes straight back. And that is doing 41% trip saved, 4 vehicles, 173 passengers. So that's not too bad. Although they have 85 passengers each. All right. And then I have 2 loops. I have 1 loop here, another loop here, and I have 2 buses, one going in this direction, the other bus going in the other direction, and same thing here. That's just to provide people who just want to go in both directions the ability to do so. And for the most part, I'm assuming buses are free. Well, so right now I'm making 6,000. Oh, I was making 6,000. 58.52 from transit. 4,166 of that was from Metro, and 1,366 is from buses. And so my buses are definitely paying for themselves. I'm spending $723 on buses. I have also, I'm spending $6,900 on Metro, and that is making me, where is it? Right here. That's making me $4,100, so that is doing quite well. Rail, not so much, and Harbor, not so much, but that's just to be expected. And of course, we don't have planes at this point, though. That may be the end of the episode. Yeah, I finally got around to setting up a proper buses. I also set up another loop here going back that way, and just one main harbor loop here just in case. And yeah, the 3 harbor loops stops, they have a decent number of people, and that's just to provide access in between, just in case. But yeah, I need to send my buses out to the other parts of Charleston. For now, at least, the Metro is handling a lot of the traffic, which is, of course, good. Currently, we don't have much in the way of population growth. Wow. Adding all that residential didn't do a whole lot. But we're going to have to figure that out and hopefully see some more growth coming up next time. Thank you for watching this episode of City Skylines. My name is Scott for SB Gaming, and as always, have a good day.